In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Pickleball Life offers exclusive luxury trips around the world to play pickleball, work with private instructors, compete against local clubs, and enjoy the culture and spice of our surroundings. Our Pickleball Life World Tours combine your love of pickleball with culture, sightseeing, adventure, travel, fun, nightlife, shopping, friendship, food, and so much more. Our goal is to create a travel experience you will be telling your friends about for many years. Pickleball Life is a celebration of many things pickleball. We love to play, teach, explore, and have fun, and this is our way to share our joy and spirit with you as we journey together in pickleball. Join us today and play your best. For more information, the website is pickleballlife.com. That is pickleballlife.com. Be a part of the Pickleball Life. And welcome back. It is In the Kitchen Pickleball Talk. And before we get to some pickleball and a wrap-up of Picklecon, Bill, you asked something regarding Matt Kuchar.
Matt Kuchar, still in the news 2 weeks later. Apparently, he blamed it that he stopped because he wanted to teach a valuable lesson to the rookie playing partner that had a shot at winning. His name was Max, and he used that excuse that's why he stopped, because he wanted to let him know that he could.
Can you give a backstory to what happened?
Oh, yeah. I figure everybody would know by now. So Kuchar decided that after he hit his very bad tee shot that he couldn't see, which his playing partner said that wasn't really the case. They could see just fine. But when Kuchar rushed to hit the shot, he almost hit ultimately the winner, but pulled it into the rough and messed up his shot. So when the horn hadn't blown, they could have finished the round. Everybody finished. Kuchar opted not to finish the round, and he was the sole participant on Monday. So none of the results were released. Nobody got, their checks or anything else, because Kuchar wanted to go back out on Monday morning all by himself, which he did. He didn't do any better. He still finished lousy like he would have. But apparently, he said that he did it because he wanted the kid Max, the rookie Max, to understand that in life you get to pause. These are part of the rules that you get to stop. So he did it for Max, but Max wasn't there to see. And when they asked Max about it just recently this week, he said, I don't know what you're talking about. He never said anything to me. He never talked to me. He didn't say, hey, you should stop. He never did any of that. He just played his game. So, here we are 2 weeks later, and Kuch is still in the news for the bad thing, not the good thing. That, a lot of people are really upset with him and what he did, and the delay of making all those people, officials, and everybody else go back Monday morning for potentially what was 2 shots. He hit his second shot, putt, and it was done. So he could have done it the day before, but he opted not to. So I just thought that it was funny that they're still talking about it, and his excuse for doing it, the kid knows nothing about it. I did it for you, Biggs. Yeah. I did it for you, man. I did it. You just don't know it, but I did it. And I'm not going to tell you about it. So let's get off to In the Kitchen. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get in the kitchen and talk some Picklecon. Folks, one thing I want to say is we did not charge Picklecon any money for the marketing that we did after we had their director on the show to talk about the event and all that stuff. I received some messages asking, hey, I thought you guys were going to go live from Picklecon. Let me just say this was we tried. Unfortunately, we were not given any internet access. Instead, we were told that they were going to charge us almost $150, if not more,
180.
$180, so almost $200 just for us to do a live show from there covering the event.
Yeah,
So I'm kind of disappointed with that. But anyway, Bill still was there in person, and I guess we could try and get some good stuff out of what happened there, or anything else. Because tell you the truth, I'm really disappointed with us not being provided internet to do the show and cover the show.
Yeah, I mean, it was rough because overall, it was different. It was, being able to do those kind of shows and that type of show in the golf industry, and seeing how it's done, with pickleball, even at the PGA show with the section that they have. Yeah, it was definitely different. It was different. We actually, there wasn't really much at that time. I mean, we were there Thursday. They had like a party. One of the vendors had a huge party, and it was okay. It was a party. The venue was beautiful. I can't even imagine the amount of money that they spent on that venue. But the crowds for people to buy as opposed to people that were participating, that were playing, it was a little different. I know they said that they were, listening to what people had to say. But it was definitely different. At the last day there, people were even the last day.
Let me ask you this, Bill. Let's talk about. Let's try and keep it as positive as
I am. I'm trying.
Right.
Yeah.
I know you are.
Uh-huh.
But in order to do that, what would you say could be done better that might draw more people?
Well,
I mean, it appears to me they did marketing, they did social media.
Honestly, I like that. In downtown Kansas City, they had like banners flying at Picklecon.
Right.
So that was really cool to see that when you're coming in. And they did have digital boards that had Picklecon. But I don't know.
That place should have been crowded. I mean, the way pickleball has taken off, and the way I seen how people were reacting at the PGA show, there was never. I'll tell you what, the pickleball courts that they had at the PGA show, you couldn't get on.
No. Well,
and all the vendors, they were crowded with people.
You know what was funny was that there was someone there from the PGA show that they were recruiting for the PGA show.
Right.
And let's see, they had some difficulties with some people, and those particular people were like, "Hey, didn't you say you do a golf show during the?" I said, "Yeah, we do the show during the PGA, and we have pickleball. How's that?" And I'm like, "It's not this. It's a totally different animal of what it is." Some of them changed their mind and signed up while they were there. Some of them signed up, and some of them are signing up. And from what I saw, they're almost all gone. All the spots for pickleball inside the PGA show are basically sold out at this point.
And I'm sure they added a few more booths for pickleball, knowing what occurred last year.
Yeah, exactly. And
okay. So let me just say this:
Uh-huh.
Florida, huge pickleball in Florida, huge, right?
There's a huge one coming in
Arizona,
September.
huge community of
Yep.
pickleball, indoor places all over the place. As a matter of fact, Shay and I will be going to one and trying to play some doubles.
Mhm.
When you say Kansas City,
Mhm.
I just don't think of pickleball when I hear Kansas City.
They actually have a professional team. So apparently there's
That's good and all that they have a professional team, but how does that equate to
that
the
that
amateurs flowing to that?
well,
Because that's what
honestly,
you need. You don't need professionals
and
as
that
much as
and
you
that
need
and that's
amateurs to attend.
and that's who was there. They had all the they had professionals there. That's what it ended up
So
being.
that's what I'm asking. You know,
Mhm. That's
maybe it's a location thing. I don't know.
I don't. Well, they
I
traveled
mean, the idea
to
to
each
be
one
in
of those
Kansas
states.
City is great and all, and I was looking
I
forward to
I
it. So I found out how
honestly
much.
I loved Kansas City.
Right.
It was a beautiful place, beautiful to historic to look at. Did can they? I mean, it's the inaugural event. Can they make it better? I'm sure.
Well, I'll tell you
They
what.
can.
One thing they need to do.
Mhm.
If you have media, and what you need to do is that needs to be
That was a
specified and
little
separated.
that was a little tough. I mean, honestly, by the time we were finished, they were all gone. They were gone. I mean,
The only thing I seen on their social media was one podcast.
that
Well,
was
went live.
somebody else that was doing it for them, and I believe was getting paid for that. She wasn't part of our media thing that we were at. The ones that I saw that were there, yeah, they had an older double lady combo.
Right.
They weren't really at their booth doing anything. They did their stuff out and about because they just walked around. They had a couple of other ones. It was very, very, very minimal of what they were doing and what they and most of them.
And see, I think one thing they can learn, and
Mhm.
maybe somebody from Triple Crown Sports can reach out to somebody from the PGA show and
Mhm.
kind of just get mentored, if you will, on how you should open your arms to media and get them what they need.
We didn't even get our passes until the day
and
after.
it was vendor. You're not
Yeah.
a vendor. You're
It was hard to communicate. It really was because everybody had the same identical pass there.
there was nothing to differentiate
No,
to separate you guys from somebody selling something. You're not there to sell something. You wanted to cover it.
and that's the thing. Everybody, I mean, and
As a matter of fact, I gave you an assignment because some guy reached out to me.
Oh yeah,
an email with Big's Golf Talk and say, "Hey, can you come to our booth and say hi and do some stuff with our booth?"
He didn't have a booth.
Went there and he didn't have a booth.
No, he didn't have a booth. It was somebody else's booth. That's why we couldn't find him. And I asked to be on. He didn't want to be on camera. He didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that. And I was like, okay. So what do I do? You know what I mean? And there was no way to differentiate.
And the thing was, he had some nice stuff. I mean, customizable
He really
paddles, and all that. So
no, he absolutely 100% does. And it was a shame because it would have been really, really good to push that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But a lot of everybody that we went to talk to is about, this is what I sell. You want to buy. And I was like, hold that thought. Just because it says vendor, we're not a vendor. And then when we got the media, it was hard for them to read the media because it's like a 3D, a prism card, depending on how you look at it in the light.
Okay.
Is what you're going to see. It didn't have our names on it or anything like that. So I know they already sent an email that Picklecon is again the next one. Number 2 is in Kansas City again, and it will be in August again. And then they're going to look to stretch out into different places. And it's a hit. Well, I don't even know if hit or miss. I think that could have been a huge expense learning lesson.
Well,
For people.
I would say we had the Florida guy on a couple
Mhm.
weeks ago. And
Yes. Mhm.
that guy
Picklecon,
is ready
Florida.
to give us the world to be there. You
Yeah,
know,
for
he
25.
wants
Yeah,
us to do a
2025.
show and everything else, and
Mhm.
we're certainly going to try and make that happen and promote that event and all that stuff. And like I said, I mean, it was going to cost me almost $2,000 out of my pocket to go work, and I'm sorry, that's not what I do. I'm not about to pay money out of my pocket to go and do a show.
It ended up being a lot.
Yeah.
It was a substantial amount of money between the hotels.
I mean, between you, me, and Greg, it would have been well over $5,000 that Big's Golf
Easy.
Talk would have been there to work.
Yeah, it was a lot of money that we ended up spending. Hopefully next year they'll have it better prepared and understand that you need, buyers are different from sellers. People that are participants are also different from, people that are just buying a ticket to go inside
And watch
and to watch and
yeah.
shop and stuff like that. And there was no way.
Digital media, you have print media, you have broadcast media, all different from participants.
Honestly, even if they kept it as simple as media, vendor, participant, spectator, it would have been a lot different. Right. At the end, I will say that people were literally moving their boots.
And we just say participant, but we also could include speaker, because we know someone actually traveled there to just to be on the panel. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna. We always said that when it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. And when this person was on the panel, and I got pictures of the audience of only 5 people, if that,
there was more on the stage.
More on stage.
Yeah, it was kind of rough. I felt bad for him, but he was lucky that he got to switch his flight.
Yeah,
and everything to get out of Dodge. And there was honestly, there was some of the big dogs that were there from big companies, and one came and literally left that night. He changed his flight, left that night. Others were leaving that following afternoon. They changed the stuff, and you never want to see that. You don't want anybody to fail.
Picklecon, Triple Crown, I love you guys. I'm just disappointed right now, and I'm heartbroken.
Yeah, it was kind of rough.
I work closely with you on the baseball side. Love you guys, all that stuff, and that's why I was supporting this. That's why I said I didn't ask for any money for the marketing that we did, and every single week leading up to the event, we were talking about the event, reading from your website, giving out the website, everything else. But.
Yeah, it was rough.
It was a little disappointing that we could not do a show from there.
It was rough. but maybe next year.
I forgive you. Yes, maybe next year. Next year. If we still want to work together, I'm all for that. Let's talk.
Round 2.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's about it for Picklecon post wrap up.
Food got burnt in the kitchen.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. It can only get better from here. That's
always.
It. That's
only way is up.
Always look it up. Yeah, all the way up. All right. We'll be right back. No, that's it. That's it.
We're done. We're not going to do that. We'll be back next week.
Yeah. All right. For Bill Cuevas, I'm John Quick, the Golf Father, Big John, and thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Until next time, everybody, our website is bigsgolftalk.net or .com. God bless, and you
matter.
Thanks for watching, everybody.